Let's fucking go!
Let's fucking go.
Woo! What was that? Woo! Did you hear that? Woo! That's a wolf jack, a jack wolf, that's what I said. You need a new knife, all yours are all weak and they fold. This wolf is in heat, it's got a stiffy, it's a hard one to hold. You want that rock hard wolf in your pants? You want that rock hard wolf in your pants? Strong as a rock, stiff as a board. It's just a small one, don't be alarmed. A little brick, nothing to be afraid of. And such a great value with a price you're gonna love. Where does it go? It fits anywhere if you're brave enough. Is that a sexual reference? How rude, I'm asking a serious question here, asshat. Sorry about that, it fits in your pocket and even in the waistband. And it's got great ergonomics, you'll feel in your hand. Don't sleep on these or you'll miss your chance. Get ready to order and stick it in your pants. It's time to get your order in and be one of the cool kids, even if you're not. You want that rock hard wolf in your pants? Stiff, hard, jet wolf in your pants. People off a wolf jack, a jack wolf, that's what I said. You need a new knife, all yours are all weak and they fold. This wolf is in heat, it's got a stiffy, it's a hard one.
Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Jim, and I'm here to walk you through a really cool brand new offering from Jack Wolf Knives. Now, I've already done a full unboxing video on this knife, so I'm not going to make you sit through all of that again, but if you're only seeing this review and not looking for that unboxing, I don't want you to miss out on what I feel was the coolest unboxing experience of the entire year from any knife brand. An experience that Ben has created here that I've never seen before. So we're going to do this in kind of like hyperspeed. The whole idea behind this particular packaging was to simulate the feel of having an old classic VHS videotape. And they did an exceptional job. It is so cool. Brings me back to my younger days. And who doesn't love nostalgia? Here we go.
You need a new knife, all yours are all weak and they fold. This wolf is in heat, it's got a stiffy, it's a hard one to hold. You want that rock hard wolf in your pants? Stiff, hard jack wolf in your pants. You want that rock hard wolf in your pants?
And there you have it, the quick unboxing of the Midnight Fixed EDC. Now, where does this come from? Well, it's made based off of the Midnight Jack. If you're like most Jack Wolf collectors, your favorite or one of your favorite models is the Midnight Jack. And here you've got a matching fixed blade to go with it. This new model is the brand's first ever fixed blade. They have never dabbled in fixed blades before. And in my opinion, it is the perfect pocket carry fixed blade. It's a great size for that. And just keep in mind, if you've got larger hands, you're going to want to tie a lanyard onto this so that you get that 4-finger hold that you're going to need with a larger hand. And I've got a lot of experience with small fixed blades, especially pocket fixed blades too. Now, while you might be thinking, fixed blades, that's going to be too big to carry, something crazy like this. This is one of the customs that I made last year. And yeah, this would be far too big to carry. This is also made more as an artsy kind of knife, not really made for carry because of all the sharp points on it. It's just made to look cool and be very difficult to make. It's also in a wildly different price range, but I have a lot of experience owning and carrying a lot of smaller fixed blades. This is a Jerry Moen custom Midnight, not Midnight, oh gosh, what did he call this? I just forgot what he called it, but I'll remember by the time I go to edit this video, and I'll make sure to put it on there. Always love this knife, it's fantastic, but number one, It's in Kydex, not leather. I'm more of a fan of leather. And number two, it's a little bit trickier to carry in a deep concealment method where it's completely undetectable. Another favorite of mine is right here by Wolf Knives. My good friend Alex made this, and it's incredible. It has a silly, ridiculous name that I just can't say out loud anymore. I just can't do it. I'm kidding. It's the Interloper. One of my absolute favorites. And this does, when it goes into the sheath, I have this extra sheath. This is not the sheath that he made. It will drop into my pocket, but there's no clip on this particular sheath. So I have to take the whole knife out with the sheath, then pop the sheath off to use it. Now, it's not the worst thing in the world, but also not the most convenient. Another small knife that I love, this is one of my designs. This is my tibia, and I collaborated with Riot on this to make a production version for those that didn't want to spend the money on the full customs. Now, my idea on these was to still have a large full-size blade, so you had all the utilitarian uses out of it, but to make it small-sized, I shortened the handle. I don't do this anymore on smaller knives, but I always liked that because you're not sacrificing any use out of it. So what I always had to do on these was I would tie off a tightly knotted lanyard with a bead on it, and now I have, and it feels perfect, a full 4-finger grip on the knife that works fantastically. But you see, there is a big size difference here. We'll go tip to tip, even though that should be illegal. Maybe, yeah, let's go ass to ass. That's the way it should be. And we'll put another Midnight Jack slip joint right up against it so you can once again see that it's identical in its blade shape and its overall coffin style shape, but it is going to be smaller, believe it or not, than the slip joint. So this is considerably smaller than my tibia design. So that means it's going to be easier to carry. Now, if you're wondering, well, I've never carried a knife in a sheath in my pocket. Is that going to be cumbersome? And or is the sheath going to come out with the knife when I go to draw it? That's the beauty of this unbelievably strong clip and that little post that you see right there on the clip. This thing digs into the pocket or whatever material, and it doesn't come out. So you could just very simply pull on the handle of the knife, sheath stays put, the knife comes right out. Now, I've carried this almost every day since it arrived. I have used it for cutting. I don't know if I left any marks on it. No, I think I cleaned it up pretty well. I've used it for cutting. I have carried it every day, and it really is super, super easy. Now, you can also, as an alternative, you can tuck this between your pants and your belt. So the clip, you would hold the clip, and the clip would go over your belt, and then the leather sheath would go behind your belt but in front of your pants. Now, if you want, you could tuck the whole thing in your pants and put the clip on the outside of the belt. That's fine too. But for the best possible feel, the most amount of comfort, I would still keep this on the outside of the pants. I just have the clip on the outside of the belt. And this is going to hold on to the belt like you can't even imagine. And that's going to give you a bit more of a discreet carry. Very discreet. Nothing sticking out. Nobody can see anything. A simple untucked t-shirt will completely conceal it. And nobody will ever know that you're carrying it. The only thing that I wish this knife had, and this is just a personal thing, I know it couldn't be done for the masses because I think it would develop some bad habits, but I wish it had some jimping on the spine of the blade. That would make it a little bit more utilitarian. I feel like I could get a non-slip grip on there and be able to do not really hardcore cutting. This is a teeny tiny little knife, but still something a little bit tougher without feeling like my thumb was going to go haywire and off of the knife. But When I say I think it would develop bad habits, it's because I can picture somebody going from carrying this all the time and using this all the time to carrying their favorite slip joint, their Midnight, and doing the same thing, and then cutting themselves to the bone when they put too much pressure on the back of the blade, because it's a slip joint. It doesn't lock. You would close the blade on your fingers, and that would be a very bad boo-boo. Now let's focus very quickly on the specs. First off, you are looking at a coffin pattern style. That is the coffin shape to the handle there. Overall length of 5.87 inches. Blade length of 2.95 inches, and that is in S90V, so it's going to have a really good long life to the edge. It's also going to be very, very tough. It's going to be highly corrosion resistant. It is definitely one of the best steels to use for EDC. And of course, if you don't know, if you've never collected a Jack Wolf knife before, they are hollow ground and very, very slicey. You've got a hidden lanyard post down here at the bottom of the handle, cleverly hidden away where you might not even notice it's there. On this particular version, you have the Starburst milled titanium scales with the blue anodized titanium hardware holding them down. Overall, the quality is exactly what you would expect from Jack Wolf knives, which is exceptional as always. And the edge is stupidly slicey as well. I think that all the way around this was done so exceptionally well. It looks great. It feels great. This particular version has a nice hand rub satin for the blade. Well done and classy. And that aggressive swedge that's been cut in toward the tip. Now, I liked the titanium scales because it's going to give me flexibility. I think I am going to customize this knife myself. I'm probably going to polish the highs on the starbursting and then anodize it, maybe blue, green, or purple. Not really sure which. So if you're looking for something that you can really, truly make your own and do so easily or cheaply, get this version. Get the titanium Starburst because you can do different finishes on the titanium. You can anodize it to pretty much any color that titanium will anodize to with no issue. You could do all kinds of neat little things. You could do some contrasting. You could maybe just do a perimeter bevel going all the way around and leave it in a nice fine satin up against this bead blasted, dark bead blasted look. There's a lot you could do super easy. And if you don't have the skill to do it, if you paid somebody else, it would be super cheap because it's all very, very easy things to do. Now, there are a lot of great choices, and of course, there will be a matching purple haze. So if you have the single most sought-after Midnight Jack, which is the purple haze, then it's a great idea to get the matching fixed blade to go with it. Can you imagine the chaos that would have ensued if Ben would have offered both the purple haze, which is the most sought-after of the original Midnight, then he did the reissue of the Midnight with new materials, and the chaotic resin was crazy popular. If he had offered the fixed in both of these, I think it would have made heads explode because people could not have decided between the two, and it would have been crazy. Anyway, that's my look here at the incredible Jack Wolf Knives Fix EDC. I feel like I forgot to tell you when the drop date was, and if I did, I apologize, but I'll make sure it gets printed up on the screen early on in the video. It will be this Friday, June 14th, 2024, at 2 p.m. Eastern at all of the authorized dealers. And if you don't know who's authorized, just go to jackwolfknives.com and click on the Authorized Dealers button. And when you do that, it lists all of the dealers, and you can click through directly to this exact knife on that dealer's website so that it's queued up and ready for you to buy.